Welcome back to Irako Folktales, where African wisdom and culture is promoted through storytelling. In this episode, we will share a lovely story titled Amina's Defiance, the Warrior of Love. In the ancient kingdom of Zaria, nestled between rolling hills and vast savanna, tradition was law. Every woman knew her place, every man his duty. The people thrived under the wisdom of their ancestors, following customs that had been passed down for generations. But among them was a woman whose heart burned with the fire of defiance, a woman who dared to love in a way forbidden by her people. Her name was Amina. Amina was the daughter of Chief Bala, the revered leader of Zaria. From birth, she had been groomed to follow the ways of the women before her, obedient, submissive, and bound by the decree of marriage arrangements made without love. But Amina had the heart of a warrior and the spirit of a free bird. As a child, she would slip away from her mother's quarters to watch the warriors train, fascinated by their strength and skill. She mimicked their moves in secret, wielding a wooden sword against the air, her small feet kicking up dust as she imagined herself in battle. Her mother, Lady Ya, scolded her often. "A warrior's path is not for a woman," she would say. "Your place is beside a husband, raising strong sons." But Amina could not be tamed. She longed for more than marriage and duty. She longed for adventure, for love that burned bright like the midday sun. One fateful day, while gathering firewood near the river, Amina heard a rustle in the tall grass. She froze, gripping the small dagger she always carried. From the shadows emerged a warrior, tall and powerful, his skin deep as ebony, his presence commanding. His eyes held the depth of the forests, and his voice carried the weight of wisdom. "I mean no harm," he said. "I did not expect to find a warrior maiden in Zaria." Amina raised her chin. "I am no maiden. I am Amina, daughter of Bala." He smiled, amused by her confidence. "Then you are royalty." "I am Jabari, a warrior of the Bantu." Amina's breath caught. The Bantu were the sworn enemies of Zaria. Generations of blood had been shed between their tribes. But as they spoke, she felt an undeniable pull toward him. His voice, his presence, his understanding of the world beyond war. They spoke for hours, their souls weaving together like the threads of a Kent cloth. It was love at first sight. Days turned to weeks, and their love deepened. They met in secret beneath the great Irako tree, whispering dreams of a future where love triumphed over hatred. Jabari told her of the Bantu lands, of the way their people lived in harmony with nature, of their belief that love was sacred and free. But the walls of tradition were high, and soon their love was exposed. A young warrior, jealous of Amina's affections, had followed her and witnessed their secret meeting. He ran back to the palace with the news, and the kingdom erupted in rage. Chief Bala, his face carved with fury, summoned Amina before the elders. "You have shamed your people," he roared. "A daughter of Zaria cannot love an enemy." Amina, trembling but unyielding, met her father's gaze. "Love is not bound by borders, father. The sun does not ask permission to shine on all lands." The elders murmured among themselves, but Bala's decision was firm. Jabari was captured and sentenced to death at sunrise. Amina was to be married within a moon cycle to a noble of her father's choosing. The weight of tradition was a noose around her heart. That night, Amina's spirit blazed with defiance. She refused to let tradition steal her love. Cloaking herself in warrior garments, she infiltrated the prison where Jabari was held. With the stealth of a leopard, she took down the guards one by one, freeing her beloved. "Run with me," she whispered, gripping his hand. They raced through the palace corridors, but their escape was short-lived. As they reached the edge of the kingdom, warriors surrounded them. Amina fought like a lioness, her blades swift, her love fueling her strength. But they were outnumbered. Jabari, unwilling to see Amina suffer, surrendered himself to the warriors. He was dragged back to the palace, where Chief Bala declared his execution would proceed at dawn. Amina's heart shattered, but she refused to give up. With the help of her childhood friend, she gathered the women of Zaria, mothers, daughters, and sisters who had suffered under the weight of loveless unions. They stormed the palace at the break of dawn, their voices rising like thunder. "Love is our right," they chanted. "Let Amina choose her own path." Their cries shook the walls of tradition. The elders, overwhelmed by the sheer force of defiance, turned to Chief Bala. His heart, hardened by years of customs, wavered as he looked into his daughter's eyes, filled not with rebellion, but with a love so powerful it could move mountains. After what felt like eternity, he raised his hand for silence. "If Amina believes love is stronger than tradition," he said, his voice heavy, "then let her prove it." He ordered a trial, a test of strength, wisdom, and heart. If Amina could defeat the strongest warrior in Zaria, she would be free to love whomever she chose. If she failed, she would be bound by tradition forever. The arena was set. The sun bore witness as Amina stood against a giant of a man, a warrior with years of battle behind him. She fought with the speed of a gazelle and the might of a thunderstorm. Every blow she took, she absorbed with the resilience of love. Every strike she gave was a testament to the power of the heart. And then, in one swift move, she struck her opponent down. The kingdom fell silent. A woman had defeated a warrior. A woman had defied tradition and won. Chief Bala, his eyes brimming with emotion, stepped forward. "You have proven that love is not weakness, but strength," he declared. "Let it be known that from this day forward, love shall no longer be caged by tradition." Amina and Jabari were free. Their love, once forbidden, became a symbol of change. The walls of prejudice crumbled, and the people of Zaria and Bantu found unity through love. Moral of the story: love is the greatest force of all. It defies borders, overcomes hatred, and challenges even the oldest traditions. When love is true, it is worth fighting for, even against the strongest opposition. I hope you have enjoyed this lovely story and learned that love should never be bound by limitations and old traditions. Please like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to Irako Folktales on YouTube. Also, follow Irako Folktales on Facebook and TikTok for more lovely African stories. See you again soon. Until then, bye-bye.